Thank you very much for visiting my channel. If not difficult, like and subscribe to my channel to always be aware of events. And if the Biden administration did attempt to pressure a foreign government to influence the outcome of the U.S. election, that's something Americans deserve to know, said Tiffany in a tweet. American officials expressed deep anger last week when the OPEC oil coalition announced plans to keep prices high by cutting production. That threatens to reverse reductions in gas prices at American pumps, adding to Biden's woes ahead of midterms that will decide who runs Congress. Tiffany also wrote to House Speaker Nancy Pelosi outlining her concerns and urging her to use her powers of oversight. "This is a very serious allegation," he wrote. "One that, if true, may very well constitute an illegal solicitation of a foreign in kind by the White House on behalf of Democrats' midterm campaign efforts." He asked Pelosi and committee chairs to convene hearings, demand details of communications between American and Saudi officials, and identify who in the administration had asked for a delay. Earlier, the White House had hit back angrily at the claims, accusing the Saudis of trying to spin or deflect. John Kirby, the National Security Council's coordinator for strategic communications, said the U.S. had been talking to the Saudis about ensuring that Russia remained isolated and was unable to benefit from oil prices. "We presented Saudi Arabia with analysis to show that there was no market basis to cut production targets, and that they could easily wait for the next OPEC meeting to see how things developed," he said. The controversy erupted on Thursday morning with a statement issued by the Saudi Foreign Ministry defending its decision to cut production. It said it had explained to Washington that delaying the October 5 decision by a month, according to what has been suggested, would have led to negative economic consequences. The kingdom also brushed off suggestions it sided with Russia by insisting it took a principled position on the Ukraine war and said the OPEC decision was entirely based on economics, not politics. Last week, OPEC announced it would cut oil production by 2 million barrels per day, in a major blow to the Biden administration that for months had asked them to instead increase production. Production cuts are already jacking gas prices back up. -$3.91 is the average cost per gallon as of Thursday, up 8 cents from when the cut was announced last week. The country that benefits the most from this 2 million barrel cut is Russia, Kirby said in a call with reporters. The cut allows Putin to continue to fund his war-making machine, and it certainly gave him, Mr. Putin, a sense of comfort here, Kirby continued. On Wednesday, State Department spokesman Ned Price refused to confirm reports the Biden administration had begged the Saudis to wait and spare them the political consequences in next month's election. "I certainly can't confirm that report. What I can confirm is that we conveyed a consistent message to the Saudis: energy supply needs to meet energy demand. We have made the point repeatedly that we have a multiplicity of interests with Saudi Arabia. Energy is one of them," Price said. "And in the context of those discussions regarding energy, we have had senior members of the administration travel to Saudi Arabia in recent months. This engagement did not take place solely in the context of October 2022 or September 2022, he added. But a Saudi statement released hours later implied that the U.S. did ask for at least a 1-month delay. The government of the kingdom clarified through its continuous consultation with the U.S. administration that all economic analyses indicate that postponing the OPEC decision for a month, according to what has been suggested, would have had negative economic consequences, bin Farhan al-Saad said. Claims that the Biden administration asked Saudi Arabia to cut oil production ahead of next month's midterm elections could constitute an illegal request for a foreign in-kind campaign donation. According to a Republican member of the House Natural Resources Committee, Representative Tom Tiffany on Thursday demanded the release of transcripts of any calls between President Joe Biden or Vice President Kamala Harris and Saudi officials. And he said hearings were needed to get to the bottom of what happened. It came hours after the Saudi foreign minister said American officials suggested postponing a decision to reduce output by 2 million barrels a day until after November 8. When millions of Americans will cast their ballots. The allegations from the Saudi Foreign Ministry are serious.